Hey everybody, it's KT with 90's Muscle. It's the dead of winter up here in New England. Lots of snow on the ground outside, but we're here today inside our new facility in Bow, New Hampshire. I'm rocking it old school style today. I've got my 90's hoodie on because for you hockey fans in the house, behind me I've got a hat trick of 3 classic 90's muscle cars that I want to share with you all. Let's take a look. First car I want to show you is this 1990 Mustang GT 5.0. Has about 54,000 original miles on the clock. It is black over gray cloth interior. It has had one partial professional respray during the course of its life. It also has a few tasteful mods installed. So if we take a quick walk around this 1990 GT, we could see at first glance that it is super clean. It has had a partial respray, mainly the top of the car, at some point during its life cycle over the course of the past 2 owners. The car is though super straight, super clean, no obvious scratches, no dents, no pings, no chipping, just a very clean, meticulous black paint job, which as you all know is difficult to achieve. All of the door belts and moldings are in good shape. The quarter window moldings are in very good shape. The interior is in very good shape. The seats are the seat surfaces, the steering wheel, the dash, the shifter boot, ashtray door. We all know that's a good sign of how well the car was taken care of. It's got the original floor mats in it still, front and back. Rear seats are all in great shape. The car does have a aftermarket headliner that was put in by the second owner, which is in roughly good shape. No major tears or rips, no sagging. The original turbine wheels are not pitted. They are not scuffed. There's no real curb rash on any of them, which is also a good sign. So 1990 Mustang GT 5.0. 1990 I was 17 years old, junior in high school. There were a few of these in the parking lot at my high school. Not too many kids my age could afford them. There were some kids whose dads had bought them brand new ones, and I think I, as well as a lot of the other guys in my class, really were sweating these. They were the kings of the street back then, along with the third gen stuff, the IROCs and the Trans Ams running around. These were the cars that everybody wanted. These were the cars that everybody wanted to race. These were the cars that the muscle car guys, the 6-each muscle car guys, were shaking their heads at because they were light and they were high rev and small blocks, and the aftermarket parts market was gigantic. So you could literally get your Ford Motorsports catalog in the mail and start ordering stuff, bolting stuff onto these cars, and have yourself a 12-second car in no time. This one behind me here is a prime example of just that. The first level of mods and investment that most folks did when they picked one of these up. This car has a set of the ubiquitous Flowmaster 40 series mufflers on it. It was the first thing that everybody did. They went down to the muffler house and had them cut off the stock mufflers, weld in a set of Flowmasters, give it that distinctive growl. This car also has a set of unequal length Mac Shorty headers, which were the easiest to install, and it's got a set of 355 gears in it, which was one of the best bang for your buck mods you could do to one of the to a Fox body. So open it up, let it breathe, and give it some gears. This particular car behind me, they didn't take it to the fullest extent of the stage one, as I call it, because it still has the original pulleys on it. It doesn't have an underdrive kit on it, and it still has the stock airbox in it and the smog pump on it. Those were, along with the Flowmasters, those were usually the first things that hit the scrap heap. You'd come home and rip the airbox out and put a set of underdrive pulleys on it. So all in all, with the exception of the things I mentioned, this particular 90 Mustang here is a pretty well preserved example of more or less 100% stock original box body with relatively low mileage, 54,000 miles. I mean, the car has obviously been driven, but it's also been very well maintained. It's only had 2 owners throughout the course of its life. So it may not be the epitome of investor grade, but it's definitely unmolested, unabused, prime example, excellent driver, local show car, winner type of car. So if that's what you're looking for, we advise you to take a closer look at this one. It's all about making that GTA. Easy E, anybody? Grand Theft Auto? Not. Gran Turismo Americano? Definitely. This is a 1987 Firebird Trans Am GTA. It was the first year that Pontiac introduced the GTA as an option on the 3rd gen Firebird. It's also the first year that they put a 5.7 fuel injected engine in the 3rd gen Firebird. So what you got with the GTA was a bigger engine, you got these BBS style honeycomb wheels, and you got some interesting interior upgrades, a few of which may be passe by today's standards, like the radio controls on the steering wheel, which were a big wow back in the late 80s, but today not so much. You get them on your pickup truck or your Camry. But we take a quick walk around this 87 GTA. We could see at first glance, it is, for a black car, super clean and super straight. It has had some partial respray of a few different areas, mainly the roof and the hood. I think one and or both of the doors were resprayed at one point. But all in all, as you can see, super straight, no scratches, no dents, no pings, no pitting. They came in primarily 3 colors, black, maroonish red, and white. I happen to like the all black ones, which are increasingly harder to find, especially in this condition. This car, as I said, is primarily 100% stock, OEM stock original, with the exception of the special treatment we gave it at 90's Muscle. We gave it the 90's Muscle treatment, and while we were changing some struts and shocks that the car needed, we decided to throw in a set of Ibach Pro Comp springs and drop it a bit. We think the results speak for themselves. Car looks sick. Open the door here, we'll look inside. I mean, the interior is, it's pretty immaculate. There's no real wear on the seats. Your space headrests are all intact and functional. The center console, which for the most part on all of these 3rd gen Trans Ams for a reason had a proclivity to delaminate. This one is not delaminated. The console lid itself is also in good shape. This car has a aftermarket radio, which, okay, fine. It's to be expected, I guess, given the age of the car. It has this new set of aftermarket floor mats, which are specific to the car. And the back seat is in excellent shape, as is the hatch area. We can go ahead and pop the hood and take a look at the engine. As you can see, with the exception of maybe a replacement upper radiator hose there. The engine of the car looks to be more or less 100% OEM stock original. It is a 5.7 liter TPI engine, as mentioned, first year of that engine in this third gen Firebird platform. Car does have an aftermarket replacement hood insulation blanket. So, 1993 Mustang Cobra. What made the 1993 Mustang Cobra different from a run-of-the-mill 1993 Mustang GT? This particular Cobra is number 2078 of total build of 4,993. It's got roughly 14,000 original miles on the clock. It's a two-owner car, came out of Pennsylvania. It is completely 100% OEM stock original, not a single mod. Still rides on the Goodyear Eagle tires it came from the factory with. The paint is flawless. The leather interior is flawless. It is definitely through and through an investor grade piece, and should command price worthy of that quality.